Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Kelly Bland. She's Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Ohio County. Kelly, today you are helping us focus on mental health, especially during the fall and winter months. Kelly, why are we focusing on mental health, especially right now during this time?
Well, as you know, we're all kind of transitioning and fall temperatures are starting to happen in the mornings and all. And sometimes as the seasons change, a lot of people's moods change. If you think about wintertime, it's usually gray, all the leaves are gone, and the stress of the holidays. There's just a lot going on during the winter. And we all end up going inside and getting a little bit isolated. A lot of times people get a little bit depressed during the winter and fall months, and a lot that's referred to as seasonal affectiveness disorder.
All of the things that you mentioned, the days also are shorter. The daylight does not last as long. And I know whenever 4:30 hits, we tend to start feeling a little bit blue because we know that the sun is about to go down. So Kelly,
Yeah.
what are some ways that we can fight these feelings or help us feel better?
Well, you mentioned it right there. The first thing is to try to get some sunlight. And I know that that sounds a little bit challenging in the winter and even kind of like get sunlight, but just that sunlight helps with getting some fresh air and get moving. Staying active is another way to help feel a little bit better. Try to get some sort of activity in. We always recommend 150 minutes a week. If you can get any activity in during those winter months, that helps boost our adrenaline and helps you feel a little bit better. Another way is, how about eating some nutritious foods? If you think about the wintertime, we always want our comfort foods. I automatically think chicken and dumplings or mac and cheese, those good ones that are like a warm hug on the inside. But we can't neglect our health. And sometimes when we eat a lot of those comfort foods, we start kind of feeling heavy ourselves. And so you want to make sure that you're adding maybe green beans or a salad to that chicken and dumplings so that we're getting some of those vegetables and fruits in. Another thing that is so important is sleep. And we do not realize how much sleep matters to our health, not just physical, but our mental health. And so we do want to try to focus on that 6 to 8 hour window of getting some good, solid sleep. And then the last thing I just want to remind everybody is, if you're feeling down, that's okay. Everybody feels down sometimes. That's okay. The best way is to reach out to somebody and talk to somebody about it. And if you don't have a trusted friend or maybe somebody in the community that you could talk to, there's always mental health resources that you can reach out to. 988 is one that immediately comes to my mind. That's a number that's free for everybody that you can call and just talk to somebody, especially if you're feeling a little bit down and blue.
What if it's really, really cold and maybe there's someone who just physically can't get outside? Do you have any tips on how they can get sunlight?
I recommend opening those blinds, opening those curtains, and just getting some sunlight. And you don't have to be sitting right underneath that window. But if you have a window in your living room, for instance, and you're going to be in there watching TV anyway, open those blinds. And that sunlight, even though it may be gray outside, that energy is still coming in, that UV rays and all, to help you get a little bit of that sunlight. And if you can't get out, even just sitting near your porch, something that reminds you of summer. What are some things? I'm not recommending you go out on the porch and drink your coffee in the freezing weather. That's not what I'm recommending, but try to get some activity in that you did maybe during that summer or springtime that makes you happy. In my front room, I bring my plants in and I keep them in my foyer, and I have grow lights on my plants so that they don't die during the winter. And sometimes just being in there with my plants and all just makes me happier. And so I would recommend that as well.
Thanks for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.